Hello everybody, welcome back to the sessions on power electronics by Ramana. This is the 12th session in this series and we will continue our discussion on single phase half wave controlled converters or rectifiers. In the previous session, we have discussed the working and waveforms of single phase HWCC, that is half wave controlled converter, consisting of a single SCR when the load is only resistive and also when the load is a combination of resistance and inductance. We have discussed the working and waveforms thoroughly regarding the triggering of SCR, flow of current through load, voltage applied across the SCR, how it varies along with the supply voltage when the SCR conducts. We have gone through those waveforms. So that is in the case of single phase half wave control rectifier, particularly with RL load. These things are now going to be discussed in elaborate once again with regard to the problems with the waveforms, or particularly to say the discontinuity in the current flow and also the applied voltage. So how the load current is driven by load voltage from alpha to pi, then from pi to beta, how it became negative, load current maintained by inductance L even after voltage becomes negative, the average values of load voltage and load current which were calculated. These things we have already discussed. To actually go into today's discussion, we will once again go through the waveforms of both the circuits where the load is only resistive and also when the load is the combination of resistance and inductance. When the load is resistive, these are the waveforms which we have discussed. Supply voltage, which is a sinusoidal and can be expressed as Vm sin omega t, Vs is equal to Vm sin omega t, and the SCR is connected in series with the load. When the supply is on, SCR will be forward biased but will be maintained in the forward blocking mode or off state as there is no gate pulse, and SCR will be triggered at an angle alpha, that is firing angle alpha. This is where gate triggering pulse is given, and up to that instant, that is from 0 to alpha, the total supply voltage will be blocked by the or will be available only across the SCR. No load voltage will be reaching the voltage. This is the voltage load voltage waveform, and this is the SCR voltage across the SCR waveform. And once the SCR conducts, then only the supply voltage as it is appears across the load and it follows the same sinusoid shape. And as the SCR is closed, it acts like a short circuited contact or simply closed switch. No voltage will be there, so the SCR voltage will be becoming 0 till pi, and even in the negative half cycle and in the negative half cycle full voltage will be blocked in the reverse. So SCR voltage form will be 0 to pi. It will increase as a sinusoid from from 0 to alpha. It will be increased as per the sinusoidal curve. Then from alpha to pi, it will be 0. Then from pi to 2 pi, total negative voltage will be appearing across it. It has to block the reverse voltage. When it comes to the load voltage will be there from alpha to pi, and between pi to 2 pi again, as SCR is blocking the total reverse voltage across the load will be 0. So the load voltage waveform will be like this. And as the load is resistive, current will also be following the voltage with the same shape and same angle with the same phase. Only thing is its magnitude will be different. So current waveform through the load will also be the same as load voltage. From alpha to pi, current will be flowing, sinusoid current will be flowing, and from pi to 2 pi it will be 0, and the cycle repeats from 2 pi plus alpha. So actually the current is 0 from 0 to alpha, pi to 2 pi, and also 2 pi plus alpha when the load is resistive. And strictly speaking, the thing we have to note is it is not a particular DC which is applied to the load, neither of the parameters, that is load voltage and also load current, both are not perfect DC. They are UDC only, that is unidirectional voltage and unidirectional current. No negative values will be allowed to flow through the load. So obviously the waveform is discontinuous, but depending on the time period of on and off, we can say that as if an average value of the load voltage and average value of load current will be flowing through the load. That is the actual idea behind rectification from AC to DC. When only one SCR is there, this discontinue will be more. If you go on adding more SCRs for both the directions to make it full wave rectification, and also in the full wave rectification further increase the SCR to have a bridge, then by increasing the number of pulses, the load voltage and load currents will become continuous further as if it were a straight or constant DC, which is the actual goal of any converter rectifier. So by increasing the number of SCRs to have a bridge and controlling them properly with switching turn on and turn off times in the same half cycle number of times, that can be improved. This will that is out of scope of this syllabus, but that is very interesting to know. So this is what happens with the resistive load, and the same can be applied to the RL load with little differences. From these things, what we understand is the actual load current is discontinuous, and the average values have to be considered instead of sinusoidal values. It is discontinuous, average values of voltage and currents have to be considered. So because of this discontinuity, the performance of the load will not be satisfactory. It will not get affected much because of the frequency, but satisfactory operation will not be possible. And these are the waveforms when the connected load is RL, combination of resistance and inductance. Supply voltage as it is a sinusoid, and we are taking only one SCR, that is half wave rectification. So voltage will be allowed to basically flow through the positive half cycle only. During the negative half cycle, it should be totally blocked and no current should flow in the negative half cycle. Once you switch on the supply, SCR will be blocking the total voltage till alpha, then it will fall to SCR voltage will fall to 0 and will be 0 until the reverse voltage will be applied across the SCR. But the actual difference lies over here in these load voltage and load current waveforms. As we know, the inductive nature, the nature of the inductance is to oppose the change in current, Now we will go through both these waveforms once again. At alpha, SCR is triggered, so the source voltage will be now available across the load as it is. So from alpha to pi, source voltage or load voltage will be equal to source voltage, and because of the inductance time, there is a time lag or angle lag between the voltage and current. Though the voltage has been increased to a higher value, current is still 0 at alpha. You can see that, or current through the inductive load lags behind the voltage by certain angle phi, phase difference. In this case, both phase difference and alpha we are taking to be equal. They may be different also. And so with the increase or with the load voltage applied from alpha to pi, current gradually increases to a higher value, and with the decrease of voltage, then current starts to decrease. Also, but with a lagging angle. So at angle phi, that is when at 180 degrees, forward voltage becomes 0, but still there is some current left over which is flowing through the load, and due to inductance it cannot immediately become 0 and come to the 0 point. Instead, that current will take some more time to decrease gradually and become 0 at a certain angle called beta. Okay, or from 0 to from pi to beta, from the angle alpha, from the angle alpha to beta, current will be flowing there. That is forward current only, and that is the conduction angle gamma, and the angle at which the forward current is becoming 0 is called as beta or extinction angle. So, but when you examine the voltage waveform from pi to beta, or in this region, in this angle, that is beta minus pi, in this angle voltage is already negative because supply voltage has been reversed. There is no other thing to divert, simply via the load and SCR, supply voltage will be applied in reverse. So load will experience some reverse voltage during this region. Voltage will be negative but current will be positive, and the same cycle repeats when the SCR is fired at 2 pi plus alpha. And again in this thing also, current is discontinuous, both voltage is also discontinuous, and voltage is also negative for some time. Though we take the average effect of the voltage applied, average effect of the current flowing through the load, the actual performance of the load will be not up to the mark. At the same time, power factor will be less because of the high lagging angle between the voltage and current. Because of that, losses will be more or efficiency decreases. And the most importantly, discontinuity will be there, and also load voltage is negative and load current is positive in this region. So these are the problems with RL load when supplied with a single phase half wave rectified supply. So how to overcome these things, that is the actual concept which we are going to discuss in this session, which is done by a freewheeling diode. So that is where the need for freewheeling diode. The need for freewheeling diode is to eliminate the problems or to cope up with the problems whichever we have discussed so far, that is discontinuity of current and negative voltage applied across the SCR negative voltage applied across the SCR negative voltage applied across the load. So we will discuss this need for freewheeling diode, working of control rectifier with RL load and freewheeling diode, voltage and current waveforms, load voltage and load current equations. This freewheeling diode can also be used as a bypass diode or commutating diode. Actually, we have seen this commutating diode when the resonant pulse commutation of the SCR was discussed. That is class B commutation was discussed. In the case of half wave control rectifier with RL load, the waveform of load current is not continuous. For improving the waveform of load current, a freewheeling diode is connected across the load. This is what we will discuss, how it is improved. Mainly the functions of a freewheeling diode is it prevents the reversal of load voltage V0, that is from pi to beta. Next, it allows the SCR to regain its blocking state at the voltage 0, that is at angle pi itself, by transferring the load current I0 away from the SCR. In the previous discussions, load current was flowing through the load as well as SCR in the forward direction, and reverse voltage was applied across the load as well as SCR. Now, by connecting a freewheeling diode in the circuit, first it prevents the reversal of load voltage and it transfers the load current away from the SCR, means it allows the load current to flow in the same direction, that is forward direction itself, and as this current is not flowing through the SCR, the current value falls below the holding value and SCR comes to off state, that is forward blocking state. How it happens? Let us see. This is the simple remedy done to this circuit, where RL load is connected to the source via SCR, which is the previous circuit, in which a freewheeling diode, nothing but a simple PN junction diode, connected in reverse or anti-parallel to the load. To start with, when the supply voltage is switched on, SCR is forward biased, but it will not conduct until the gate pulse is given at angle alpha. Gate pulse is given, SCR conducts, the other things follow, that is V0 will be allowed to appear across the load and I0 flows, load current flows. During this time, the other point which we have to discuss is inductor, owing to its capabilities of storing the energy, it will store energy in the form of electromagnetic energy. In the previous case, when freewheeling diode was not there, this energy itself was delivered and it was taking more time, so that current was still in the flowing the forward direction and gradually becomes zero between pi to beta. But voltage was negative. In this case, what happens? We shall see. At pi, at angle pi, that is 180 degrees, SCR should be turned off. How it happens, we will see. At angle pi, supply voltage gets reversed. Now, the bottom terminal becomes phase and the upper terminal becomes neutral, or now the voltage will be applied across the load in reverse. This is the previous case. But because of this diode, what happens? When the supply voltage is reversed, when the supply voltage is reversed. There is already a voltage across the load which is according to the previous half cycle, and inductance has stored some energy. So it will be opposing the supply voltage in the reverse direction. At the same time, because of this reverse voltage which is now given to the anode or P of the forward biased diode, or the reverse voltage of the supply now becomes forward biasing voltage to this diode which is connected in reverse in this circuit. So obviously when the forward breakover voltage is reached, or it will be sufficient to forward bias the diode conducts, or it acts like a closed switch. Now as the diode is conducting, current flows like this. It has two directions. One is in opposition to the SCR forward or anode current, and also towards the load. And not only the supply voltage, now the inductive nature or load inductance will also try to release its energy, or whatever energy which has been stored or catched up inside the load inductance. Now it tends to be released. It tends to be released because of this short circuit. Because of this short circuit, now the load inductance starts to release its energy via the freewheeling diode. As this diode is providing a path for the current remaining inside the load inductance to freely flow through within itself. It is called as freewheel diode or freewheeling diode. And this current flows like this, which will also oppose the diode forward current. So because of this diode forward current, which is in opposition to the SCR anode current or forward current, the current through SCR becomes less than the holding current in very less time, or immediately you can say that SCR will be turned off at pi itself. At the same time, this reverse voltage cannot be applied. This reverse voltage cannot be applied across the load. Reverse voltage cannot be applied across the load. This reverse voltage will be simply applied across the SCR itself. SCR will be blocking the total reverse voltage, and also it will reach the off state or forward blocking state because of the inductive current which opposes here, and it will be simply freewheeling through itself. As it is short circuited via this diode, whatever energy which is stored inside the inductance, it will be flowing in the clockwise direction in this circuit via the diode in itself. This energy is not going anywhere into the other part of the circuit. It is freely flowing through itself because of this short circuit. That is why it is called as freewheeling diode. Current freewheels through the load and it becomes zero at an angle beta. That is the concept of the freewheeling diode. So because of this freewheeling diode, the reverse voltage is appearing across only the SCR, and it is not allowed to be applied across the load. That is, reverse voltage problem across the load is eliminated. And also the current through the load or energy stored inside the inductor is fully utilized. So the efficiency increases, and also the power factor will improve. That we will see in the waveforms. Source voltage, average voltage across load. The other parameter added in this is current through freewheeling diode. When we go through the waveform, supply voltage, which is a sinusoid, SCR voltage at alpha, SCR is triggered. Until then, it will block the total voltage from alpha to pi. SCR voltage is 0. From pi to 2 pi, it will be blocking the total reverse voltage. Now come to the load voltage. It is 0 from 0 to alpha. At alpha, as the SCR turns on, load voltage comes into picture. exactly at the angle pi itself because of the freewheeling diode. Because of the freewheeling diode, the total voltage will be appearing across the SCR only, and load voltage will become 0 at pi itself. When we compare with the slides here, see the load voltage is not becoming load voltage is becoming 0 at pi, but reverse voltage is applied across pi to beta, and because of this SCR voltage is 0 from pi to beta. From pi to beta SCR voltage is 0, but in this case at pi itself SCR is getting the reverse voltage and it will block the total reverse voltage. So that is the first thing achieved by the SCR, that is a function. Next, when we go through the waveforms with respect to the previous slides, now the average value of the current waveform is drawn over here, where at alpha load voltage drives the current. So from alpha to pi current will be there, but it will lag behind the voltage by some phase difference. It will gradually increase and also start to decrease when the voltage decreases, but at angle pi it will not become 0. And because of the inductive nature which opposes the change in current, though the load voltage has become 0, current still continues to flow through the load and freewheeling diode, and it will become 0. In this particular waveform it is shown that it is it will not become 0, or the circuit parameters will be designed such that it will have certain value. We can also design to start it from 0 and become 0 also. All these things will depend on the actual inductive value or inductance value of the load inductance. Value of the load inductance. So how this waveforms, now when we compare with the previous waveforms, this is shown to be continuous. The average load current is shown to be continuous in this. This is possible if the load inductance has sufficiently high value. That is, if the load inductance is more, the current will take longer times to decrease, and if it is sufficiently high, it may not become 0 also. It may not become 0 also. That is what is shown here. So by adjusting the load inductance and ratings of the circuit with the SCR, the current will not become 0 also. Now when you go through this waveform, from angle alpha to pi, the forward current is like this. At pi, SCR is turned off. The load current freewheels through the freewheel diode from pi to 2 pi plus alpha. 2 pi plus alpha means that is the next instant at which the SCR is triggered, and again the load voltage will be applied in the forward direction across the load. If the load inductance were less, this current will become 0 even before 2 pi plus alpha, or also it can even become 0 or come to its minimum value at even at an angle less than 2 pi also. So the current can go to or decrease to its lowest value possible even before 2 pi plus alpha or 2 pi, which depends on the value of the load inductance. But for better performance, normally all the circuits are chosen and rated to in accordance with the load inductance. If the load inductance is sufficiently high, current will never become 0. And by the time it reaches its minimum possible value at 2 pi plus alpha, SCR is triggered, and again voltage will be increasing, current will also gradually increase. Again at 3 pi, forward voltage becomes 0, but current still continues to flow in the forward direction and gradually decreases to the lowest possible value from at 4 pi plus alpha. So as this is a continuous cycle, in this period during this 0 to alpha, which will be a continuous period of this waveform where it might have been flowing through the freewheeling diode. So that is how waveforms are drawn, and that is how the load voltage will be improvised, and load current will also be improvised and made continuous with the aid of freewheeling diode in the single phase half wave converter. So that is the beauty of the freewheeling diode, which is used in all the reactive circuits. Means so far we have discussed only the load, whether it is resistive and inductive, but loads can also be capacitive, that is RC, and also RLC. So depending on those reactive configurations, we have to design the circuit where we can have continuous waveforms with the aid of freewheeling diode. But still, this is a half wave rectifier. Load voltage is discontinuous, though current can be regarded as if it were continuous but not constant. In case of full wave rectifier, the negative supply voltage will also be converted into unidirectional or UDC voltage. Then this current will improve further and it will become nearer to a constant DC. So that is the actual concept of power electronic converters to improvise the current waveforms. So from this we understand that because of the freewheeling diode in the circuit, negative voltage which may appear across the load is blocked and current is also made continuous. As the current has become more continuous, power factor will be improved. As the power factor is improved, losses will decrease, reactive losses will decrease, efficiency will increase. So that is the utility of the freewheeling diode. Whatever we have discussed, just go through that. At omega t equal to alpha, SCR is turned on by triggering and source voltage appears across the load as V0. At omega t equal to pi, source voltage is 0, and just at this instant, FWD, freewheeling diode, is forward biased through the conducting SCR as Vs tends to reverse. As a result, I0 is immediately transferred from SCR to freewheeling diode as Vs tends to reverse. As Vs tends to reverse, freewheeling diode gets forward biased and it conducts. So via the freewheeling diode, I0 is immediately transferred from SCR to freewheeling diode, or the load current will be freely flowing through the diode, and at the same time via the diode itself, reverse supply voltage will be applied across the SCR. SCR turns off at omega t equal to pi as its anode current decreases due to the opposition by freewheeling current. Again, as there is FWD, because of that only it is possible, reverse voltage due to inductance will not appear across the SCR. Instead, it will be just across the load only. Until SCR is again triggered at omega t equal to 2 pi plus alpha, I0 due to the inductance flows through the freewheeling diode. During the conduction of SCR from alpha to pi, 2 pi plus alpha and so on, forward freewheeling diode is reverse biased, or simply to say, during the conduction period of the SCR, freewheeling diode will be reverse biased or it will not be conducting, and vice versa. When freewheeling diode is conducting, SCR will be blocking the reverse voltage. Same thing, SCR will be off from pi to 2 pi, 3 pi to 4 pi likewise, and FWD conducts from pi to 2 pi plus alpha, 3 pi to 4 pi plus alpha likewise. Now just go through the waveforms. Whatever which were applicable to resistive load, average load current I0 equal to V0 by R, now can be calculated like it is Vm by 2 pi R into 1 plus cos alpha. The load current I0 flows through SCR from alpha to pi, 2 pi plus alpha to 3 pi, freewheeling diode from 0 to alpha, pi to 2 pi plus alpha, that is current is continuous. Current is continuous, so that as if we can take the effect of average DC current as if it were flowing through the resistance or resistive component of the load. That is why there is only R coming into picture in the denominator. And also for the circuit turn off time and turn off times of the SCR, as SCR is reverse biased from omega t equal to pi to 2 pi. Between pi to 2 pi, SCR is totally reverse biased. The circuit turn off time TC is pi by omega seconds. Pi by omega seconds, where omega is your t pi f 2 pi f. Thus you can calculate the circuit turn off time. During this total time, circuit should be turned off. Average load voltage V0 is 1 by 2 pi, and the current conduction is taking place from alpha to pi. Voltage, forward voltage is applied across the SCR as well as the load from alpha to pi. So to get the average load voltage, you have to take the span for the total cycle 2 pi. It is 1 by 2 pi integral alpha to pi Vm sin omega t d omega t, which can be calculated as Vm by 2 pi 1 plus cos alpha, and eventually the current will be V0 by R, Vm by 2 pi R 1 plus cos alpha. So thus freewheeling diode improves the waveforms and also obstruct the reverse voltage to appear across the load. Now load will be getting either positive voltage or not, and current will be continuous. So the advantage of freewheeling diode are using freewheeling diode in the circuit are waveform of load current is improved. It becomes continuous. Power factor of the circuit is improved. Performance of the circuit is improved, obviously, so load performance is better. So in this we have discussed need or the actual need behind the use of freewheeling diode, working principle of the single phase half wave controlled converter with RL load and freewheeling diode, functions of freewheeling diode, output waveforms, and expressions for V0 and also I0. It is time for quiz, simple questions which we have to compulsorily remember and understand. Freewheeling diode prevents load voltage from becoming negative or positive. Obviously, it prevents load voltage from becoming negative. Without freewheeling diode, it will be negative from pi to beta. Now, because of freewheeling diode, it acts like a short circuit across the load, which discharges in itself. Current flows in the same direction as the previous direction, or the same forward current flows, and the chances of voltage becoming negative will be blocked. The waveform of load current I0 can be improved connecting dash, or that is whatever we have discussed, freewheeling diode across the load. Average load current I0. average load current I naught of a single phase half wave controlled rectifier with RL load and FWD, that is freewheeling diode, is given by A and B. This is where the confusion lies. Actually, this expression Vm by 2 pi r cos alpha minus cos beta, this was the expression derived for a simple RL load without any freewheeling diode. With freewheeling diode, its effect, that is the effect of this beta, will be nullified. Current will be flowing and voltage will be applied from alpha to pi only, that is only during the positive half cycle. So the equation becomes only Vm by 2 pi r into 1 plus cos alpha. So these are some important or frequently asked questions which we need to practice. The need for FWD, explain the need of using freewheeling diode, explain the working of single phase half wave controlled rectifier with RL load and freewheeling diode, also draw the waveforms, derive the expressions for V0 and I0. What are the advantages of freewheeling diode? So that is all about single phase half wave controlled converters, which are discussed in the session 11 and 12. That is, in this session and the previous session we have discussed about half wave converters and how will be the working of the converters where both the half cycles will be converted into UDC or unidirectional current or full wave rectification. Full wave rectification, the concept of full wave rectification was also discussed in the previous semesters in the electronic components. Now the same thing will be applied in the power electronics also, where the single phase sinusoidal AC is fully rectified to become UDC, and how the waveforms will be improved to have a continuous current. Those things will be discussed in the following sessions, where we will be discussing how to use multiple SCRs or more than one SCR to have forward voltages or voltages in the same direction applied to the load, and also how the current is made more continuous with the help of SCR, turning on and off by controlling turning on and off of those SCRs in a simple structure like center tap transformer and also a bridge type of rectifiers. So that is enough for this session. Thank you.